Welcome to episode 92 of Rebels Without a Pod, the show that dares ask the question, astronauts understand the difference between bags and nets, right? This is
I'm not sure.
Maybe
just because when they had the thing and they're like, oh, let's throw it in the containment bag, and then they toss like a big fucking like Wile E. Coyote net over it, and like, here we go.
I'm guessing that was one of the things that got cut with the budget.
They didn't have bag money, but they had comically huge net money.
That's right. That's right.
I wrote $2 soccer net from Temu.
I just wrote down like the Ewoks are going to cook those bat things for dinner. All right, and checking my watch, this is what the analytics say. This is when most people usually turn off the show. So, boom.
Bye.
Yeah, sorry guys. This is not a pirated version of the movie.
Yeah. Good people. Tonight, we are kicking off our Cannonized cycle quite strongly with Tobe Hooper's 1985 sci-fi horror film Lifeforce. This is an American-British production about the discovery of a 2-mile-long derelict spaceship traveling inside the tail of Halley's Comet. On board, the astronauts discover a naked vampire lady. From there, military shenanigans ensue. An Irish Springs commercial breaks out. Yada, yada, yada. And then London is overrun by zombies. This is, Eric's just laughing quietly into himself. This is...
I agree with everything you just said. That's how
yada,
I
yada, yada. And then this is...
Yada, yada, yada. Right.
For the show...
Irish Springs commercial.
This has been I think for like the mainline pod, this is the craziest movie we've covered, I think, since Basket Case. So ladies and gentlemen, we hope you stick around for this one. Assuming you've already made it this far.
Probably not, but that's okay.
Yeah. My name is John. Joining me tonight are my two co-hosts, Andy, who does our artwork and graphic design.
Hey, guys.
And Pod Daddy Eric, who remarkably is attending this record while wearing a full-size bat costume. He's got like the red halogens.
Yeah, that's what bats sound like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's...
Space bats.
Right.
Space bats. Right. You're the good. Yeah, good point.
Right. The good ones.
He came rolling into the frame, I think on like roller skates, and he's here for either violence or sex. We'll figure out which as the show goes on.
Why not
all
both?
the above?
Oh, this fucking movie. Typically at this point, we would introduce our producer Naveen on the ones and zeros. He was last minute not able to make it tonight. What we'll hopefully do in post, get his. We'll have him kind of give his 2 cents on this movie as well. We'll spice in like a 5-minute segment, something like that. All of our content is currently up on the Rebels Without a Pod YouTube and Spotify channel. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We're primarily an audio show and trying to get established on Spotify. So we ask any YouTube subscribers, if you do have a Spotify account and it's at all convenient, we'd certainly appreciate a follow and a listen there. Programming notes. Next week, we're continuing the Cannonized cycle with my pick, a live watch and review of Sam Furstenberg's martial arts / 1980s aerobics film Ninja 3: The Domination. For any viewers who want to listen along, that's currently streaming on Prime. That particular one, if I had not seen this movie already, I'd be a little bit concerned. We sort of blew our load way too early with Lifeforce.
Not so much.
Not so much.
We're going to get into it, but the fine selection of canon movies that were presented to us. I watched so many reviews on these different movies, and I had like half a dozen selections. I don't know if any of them were any crazier than the previous one, but they all have like some weirdness going on.
So some deep-seated mid-80s. Just we'll We'll get into it, particularly with
I want to say like 50% of them though involve martial arts or ninjas.
It's a lot of ninjas in the canon.
A lot of ninjas, yeah.
Big in the late 80s, I guess.
Right. A lot of ninjas, a lot of hard-boiled sort of vigilantes. Little trivia. Did you guys know what Western movie the Japanese ninja actually made its debut in?
No.
It is the Sean Connery James Bond film You Only Live Twice. That was that was the first time in a Western movie ninjas ever appeared, and that's courtesy of the scriptwriter Roald Dahl. I'm not making up any part of this. I'm not making up any fucking.
Roald Dahl wrote the script for a James Bond movie?
Yeah, it's like probably the dirtiest one. The line in Japan, men come first and women come second. All Mr. Dahl, baby.
Yikes.
I'm just seeing the yin and yang of my two co-hosts right there. Andy grimacing and Eric.
Roald Dahl's got the golden ticket to my heart.
The week after that, we're going to be watching Eric's pick, another Tobe Hooper canon film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. That is currently streaming on both Tubi and Prime. Eric, now this is one you've seen prior. Am I remember that right?
I have seen it. Yeah.
Okay. Any little preview you want to give for us?
If you liked this movie we talk about today, you'll like that movie.
Very much looking forward to that one. Audience surveys real quick. So over like the past couple episodes, we've been pushing to kind of get more followers onto the Spotify platform. We have a Spotify exclusive survey for the fourth canon film that we're going to watch as part of the cycle. And now we just did discover, like fairly recently, not only is it required for our listeners to have a Spotify account to fill out that poll, but the poll itself is, I guess, not even available on the Spotify website. You have to specifically download the iPhone or the Android app to actually get access to it. And that's we haven't quite said what we're going to do to our thinking. That's a little bit prohibitive, but we may be putting a duplicate of the poll up on YouTube at some point, and maybe just kind of just aggregating like the votes together. This is for us being an audio podcast. We sort of do prefer it's just for the format that we've chosen. Spotify is a bit better of a platform, but we also don't want to sort of include anybody who just wants to just sort of just kind of get involved and tell us which nonsense movie to actually kind of watch in a future episode. So it's something, there'll be sort of appropriate links in like the shorts and the episode descriptions we do going forward. So something to keep an eye out for there.
Remember, guys, register to vote.
Register to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this being the start, canon film cycle, let's before we tackle Lifeforce itself, I want to do like a very, very quick kind of cursory overview, just why canon films, who's this production house, and why did they make so many batshit crazy movies? Just over when especially when you look at the history, like the studio, not even that long, decade and change, like more or less.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking about this, and I'm like, canon films almost feels to me what like A24 is doing these days.
Sure. Yeah.
Just picking weird out there films,
right,
across all different genres.
What A24 is doing, but with just considerably more, just kind of 80s cocaine energy, is maybe the best way to describe it.
One of the canon movies I saw, I'm like, I think you asked us earlier, you're like, what movies have we seen that were canon films? And I'm looking through their list, and I just got like stuck up on Crack House. Like, I don't even want to know what this movie's about. I need to watch. I missed
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, what were you doing in the 80s? Clearly not watching the best film to come out of canon film. Crack House.
I somehow missed that one.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, our cup runneth over with this particular cycle. So let's tell you guys a little, just like a Barris peek, sort of behind the curtain on what these guys were about. So, story canon films is defined by the relentless ambition of Israeli cousins Menahem Golan and Yoram Globus. Interestingly, Golan and Globus were, I believe, also the two dinosaurs from Bubble Bobble. Eric, can you confirm that? That got a bigger laugh from Andy, remarkably.
How am I supposed to respond? Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, cake.
After purchasing a struggling film distribution company in 1979, The duo, dubbed the Go-Go Boys, transformed Cannon into a powerhouse of 1980s creativity and excess. Now, did you guys? I posted like a photo of these guys in the group chat earlier. They were complete monsters, right?
I mean, that's a real possibility. Can't confirm, but it's a real possibility.
Right.
It's tough to tell what people are actually thinking just from a photograph.
Yeah, I would say in most cases you're right. Let me sort of pull up their particular photo real quick.
All I remember was Naveen's comment where he's just like, "Hey, doesn't that guy look like Jimmy Kimmel?"
There is one poster.
Cancel his ass.
Yeah.
Society is working on it. There's a poster they had advertising the production house where it's again Golan and Globus. They're against like a canary yellow background. It says in like a red banner Cannon up top. They're both wearing safari outfits and carrying hunting rifles. And the caption on like the poster is, "If you're looking for box office firepower, we are loaded for action."
They sure were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another two of them just kind of wearing kind of what look like sort of aquamarine wetsuits. I don't even know. They look
indoors.
Very happy.
Indoors. Yeah. They were out by like the dock,
mm-hmm.
getting ready to go scuba diving.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a thing they did.
It's an average Wednesday for them.
Right. Probably lowering James Bond into the ocean in a crate.
I mean, I think I would be worried if they looked normal though. Like they look like, you know, the kind of movies that came out of Cannon Studios or film or whatever. I'm like, if they look just like regular
if they were too, I mean, I'd
question that a lot more.
If they were like the Duplass brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, but you have one guy in a wetsuit with like a pocket with like an octopus kind of sticking out, like waving. Then I'm like, yeah.
Right.
That's
the reason why, like, you know, it's all the shit is kind of run by like kind of tech bros these days. It's like this is if the 80s, if a lot of 80s shit have felt more fun, it was largely because it might have just been the fact it was run by maniacs like these.
Yeah. Bring back the maniacs.
Oh, they're back.
Bring back some of them.
Yeah, maybe not all of them.
No more maniacs, please.
How about we trade? Operating on a mass volume, low budget philosophy, they flooded cinemas with high concept action flicks and schlocky exploitation fare. Their marketing strategy was simple. They would sell international distribution rights based on nothing more than a title and a piece of poster art, frequently before a script had even been written. Throughout the 1980s, Cannon became synonymous with a specific brand of guilty pleasure cinema. They were responsible for revitalizing the careers of action icons like Charles Bronson and Chuck Norris through the Death Wish and Missing in Action series, while simultaneously releasing neon-soaked musicals like The Apple and Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. Quick aside, did anybody watch the SNL cold open literally from last night?
Yes.
With Aziz Ansari, yeah.
There was a Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo joke yesterday to open Saturday night.
That joke is evergreen.
Yeah. Pete Hegseth. No, I know that, nerd. It's from the Bible too. Electric Bible.
Yeah, it was that. Well, it's because he did that. Supposed to be that biblical quote.
He did the Bible quote from Pulp Fiction. That's not actually
the Bible
quote
from Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
Aren't
you concerned that wasn't in the Bible, sir? Fine, it'll be in the sequel. Who are the writers for these for SNL nowadays?
Hopefully podcast listeners.
Not all of them hit, but shit, yeah, that one.
It was pretty strong last night.
I mean, all of Colin Jost's, like the whole speech that he gave, just is hit.
I would take a ride on Pete's Dragon.
Yeah. He comes walking out with the gigantic whiskey or bourbon or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Just having one.
Yeah.
Just having one. Yeah, here. This is for the baby.
The core weirdness of Cannon came from their refusal to adhere to a single genre or tone. It was a place where a King Lear adaptation could be produced in tandem with a hard-boiled New York vigilante film, or a Hercules movie where Lou Ferrigno throws a bear up in outer space. I only got a chance to watch that a few days ago. Crazier than it actually sounds. The bear turns into a constellation.
But first it turns into a man in a bear costume.
And he ends up in space.
Yes.
And then he becomes Ursa Major. And then Ursa Major superimposed with just like footage of the bear screaming.
Yeah, like Mufasa in The Lion King.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of this is actually true or not.
All of this is, yeah.
It is so factual. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep it in there. Just keep it all in.
Yep.
By the mid to late 80s, Cannon's attempt to break into the A-list blockbuster market ultimately triggered their downfall. They overextended themselves financially with massive gambles on properties like Masters of the Universe, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace, and tonight's movie Lifeforce. These films carried enormous price tags that their churn and burn business model could not support when the box office returns finally faltered. While the company eventually collapsed under the weight of both SEC investigation and its own extreme debt, it ultimately left behind a sprawling, eccentric filmography that remains one of the gold standards for so bad it's good cult cinema today. So I want to talk on the offhand chances, any personal connections. The only thing I had prior to doing this pod, prior to kind of getting into movie podcasting, generally as an adult, where Cannon is a frequently discussed topic. Summer of 2007, opening weekend went with Naveen's old bass player. His mom took us to the Masters of the Universe movie. First weekend this thing was out, and it was literally the first time I remember feeling disappointed by a movie in a movie theater. I was about 7 years old at the time. For you two, any other sort of personal connections besides just like these movies, in addition to or beside that at all?
I saw the film at the movie theaters, same as you. We were 8 years old, and I remember the whole time I'm like, "Where's Orko?
Where is Orko? Yeah,
where's Orko?" That bothered me. And then they introduced this other small person, and I'm like,
Wildor.
Is something gonna happen where he gets like a little cape and a hat, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, hey guys."
This entire time, no, they didn't have Orko tech in 1987.
So they didn't have a purple cape and
a little person
or red. Yeah, they had a little person. They had that much at least. Black mask. They're like, it's not in budget.
Yeah,
you could just paint his face black, but then he'd be doing blackface. So
so that
you don't want to deal with that.
That's not what you want 7-year-olds to kind of like, especially if they have to grow up.
Remember that time Orko did blackface? I'll let my kids watch that again.
You.
Don't run for governor, sir.
The strangest text message I ever got in my life. I'm going to tell the story more than once. I'm probably going to tell it 2 more times when we do the He-Man episodes. But I loved He-Man so much when I was a kid. When I was kind of in my late 20s, I want to say, I was living in Massachusetts. I got a text from my mom, and she found my Orko action figure. But the text that she said was, "John, great news. I just found your Orzo." Okay. And Orzo was in all capital letters, which made it even more confusing.
It implies she's screaming it.
Orzo. Andy,
Mom,
any
the
sort
horse
of like
that drowned in the swamps in Neverending Story. Sorry, Mom.
Right. It's just.
So I was a big Chuck Norris martial arts movies in general fan in the 80s. I didn't get to see a lot of them because a lot of them were, rated R and they were outside of my purview, but I definitely saw Delta Force. I definitely saw what was the other one that he did? That was I'll come up with it eventually. But at any rate, those I watched as a kid at my aunt and uncle's house. My cousin Scott, they've always pirated movies. They had like an entire closet full of pirated VHS movies.
And these Chuck Norris things were sort of like were sort of evergreen things that you guys would watch.
They were always there, and we always watched them. But and that was when I was living in upstate New York in Rochester for just a few years. Similar time, I went to a camp in the city. I want to say it was a YMCA or something like that type of a summer camp. And one of the things that we did, it was a rainy kind of hot day. They took us into this I guess it was like the cafeteria or the gym or something like that. And they showed us one of the Break-In movies. I don't know which one. To this day, I still don't know which one it was. Because I've never watched it since then. So I'm very curious to see if watching Break-In 2, if we get the, you know,
if it actually sort of unlocks the sort of brings
if it shakes anything.
What
loose,
is Break-In?
Yeah.
Can I ask?
It's a breakdancing movie. Basically,
it is.
Kids do breakdancing.
Okay. That's where I was hoping you go with it.
Yeah. Kids do breakdancing to save their like little community center or something like that.
So it's not about breaking and entering?
Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, do they have a prom scene like that movie Rad? Where instead of people on bikes, it's people like breakdancing?
Definitely.
And they're definitely not playing Blondie.
That's right.
Definitely not playing Blondie.
And then I also have a distinct memory of watching Superman 4 for the first time.
Yeah.
I was a huge Superman fan, still kind of am to this day. And I remember watching this movie, going into it, thinking to myself, like, this is going to be freaking great. Like, it's another Superman movie. How could this be bad?
There were only 5 superhero movies at the time.
They're only getting better.
Right. Yeah. That's right. How could this possibly be bad? This is just going to be the coolest thing ever. And I remember being truly perplexed by it.
Yeah.
Maybe not understanding fully why I was so perplexed at the time. Looking back, I now know why.
Was it simply the thing, like it's just it's similar to me and probably Eric watching Masters of the Universe. Was it just kind of like a vague sense of confusion and unease that your maturing mind eventually recognized? Oh, it was just bad. My brain was recognizing something was bad.
You're old enough where you're like, this is just shit.
Yeah,
that's right. That is correct.
Yeah. Well,
I was going to ask, have you both seen Bloodsport? Because that's a classic.
I have not. It's a real 80s short list.
Really?
Yeah.
That was one. I think I was maybe 12 when I saw that one. And again, that's one of those movies where I was young enough that just what plays out in the movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme, I hadn't seen any of his films before. That was the first one I had seen of him. And it was just, I don't know what it was, but seeing that film,
I heard it's completely crazy, completely gnarly. Just, yeah.
I was so into that film. And I thought about it after I saw it too. And that also had Bolo in it.
Yep.
Sure.
And I remember it's like ingrained in my mind. Just when Bolo, I think what did he do? He beat up the friend or broke his spine or something like that. Something awful. He crippled the friend in like a underground like karate match.
Wasn't it the one where he puts the glass on his like?
Aren't they doing like Muay Thai?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's called Kumite. Yeah. But I think that's the one too. But I just remember that film. I'm like, and from that moment on, like I remember Bolo. I'm like, that guy, he's so fucking mean. Like, I can't believe he did that. Like, for no reason, this guy's just violent. He just complete disregard for human life.
So you've had that in your head since you were 12, and then seeing him in, you told us you had not seen Enter the Dragon before. So when we covered that like about a month or two ago, that must have been kind of mind blowing.
I was shocked that he's in more than one film. And I'm telling you, his chest doesn't get any smaller.
Nope.
Big and
you
fluffy.
Talk about
blows.
a great pair of tits on cinema.
Oof. We'll get to it.
At night on that man's chest.
What's his sleep number? I don't even.
11.
So I mean, so all that summary is to kind of say, like, this is a very, very cursory look at the whole behind the scenes story, supposedly of just how this production house came together, how they got all these things made, the style in which they were made, and how everything kind of fell apart. Supposedly has been extremely well covered in a 2014 documentary written, directed by a guy named Mark Hartley. The documentary is called Electric Boogaloo: The Wild Untold Story of Cannon Films. I'm told that that's a high recommend for anybody who has who's anybody at all who's interested in the history of that thing. That one comes highly touted. So let's get into our review of Lifeforce itself. But first, I'm told that we have an actual sponsor tonight. Very exciting. So let's throw to that real quick, and then we'll come back with our review of Lifeforce.
Hey guys, I don't know how to say this, but I've got this thing to read from a sponsor of our show.
Okay.
It's from NASA.
Oh,
NASA.
That's a huge get.
The actual NASA. Yeah.
Actual literal just
Actual
flew
NASA.
guys around the moon and everything went perfectly. NASA.
The same NASA.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Game changer. Shit.
I don't even know how one of them must be a listener or something, and they found out we're gonna do Lifeforce, and they're probably just like a huge fan, and they're like, hey, you know what? These guys, let's throw them a bone.
Well, this is remarkable, particularly if you've been listening to our spin-off show, Cunning of the Goose. We're not nearly getting the same caliber of advertisers there. So, Eric, this is amazing, man.
I'm shocked just as much as you are that they know my email address.
Well, they know everybody's email address
and my social security number and my home address and my date of birth. So yeah, they gave me this thing to read. I had no involvement in it. I just want you to know that I'm just reading the words that are on the paper.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go to it.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Just so you know, I didn't read it, by the way. I just kind of posted it. So let's go.
Sure.
Ready? Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Have you ever got laid before? In space? At NASA, we have the finest state-of-the-art interstellar technology and employ only the brightest, like-minded engineers and scientists from all over the world with just one objective in mind. And that's fucking aliens. Yeah. Ever smurfed your blue balls in a Navi's lazy river? How about had an iridian named Rocky pleasure you with forearms while the fifth rock slides down the brown eye of Uranus? Could you, cowgirl style a xenomorph? It'll make you pack your space sack so fast you'll say, morph, please. Maybe exploring the black holes isn't for you. We also offer our Olympic pool-sized tug bay filled with hairless, naked space vampires trapped in crystal prisms. Oh, don't worry. They won't bite. They're in a coma. As one of our astronauts claimed the first time they got some in space, oh boy, if you have an extra terrestrial in alien genitals, then you've come to the right place. NASA, we're not just about exploring space. We're also about fucking everything in it. Sign up today and use discount code Rebel Escape Pod for a 6-month sexpedition.
Well,
again, I didn't read this ahead of time.
Straight from NASA.
Straight from NASA.
This is right from NASA.
Wow.
Okay, we might want to take one more look at the return email address just to be Andy, believe it or not, that's kind of exactly how that also went down on Cunning of the Goose the other week. It's just,
the email, let me check, sploogeboy69.5 at gmail.com.
Sounds legitimate.
At least they have a Google account.
Yeah.
Yeah, and something NASA.
Shout out to one of my favorite, very short-lived animated series on Netflix, Inside Job. But they had one of my favorite episodes when they all went to the moon, and the reveal was JFK spearheaded the entire moon mission initiative back in the 60s because he wanted to see what having sex in space actually felt like. It's actually got like a great JFK impersonator just going like, we do these things not because they are easy, but because I am hard. So okay. I've written down sort of follow up on NASA ad and also run virus scan on Eric's computer when I get the chance.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Speaking of viruses, speaking of bad decisions, let's move on to Lifeforce itself. So we gave you our kind of like cursory summary up top, what we like to do on this podcast, because we are a lean, mean operation. We figure if you come in here, you've seen the movie already, you know what it's about. So rather than doing any dry sort of time wasting recap, we like to do this little thing we call synopsis in brief, where we say we're going to try to summarize the movie, but instead we do our fun little jokes. We do our cute little, just kind of whatever it is.
We like to be silly.
Yeah, we're silly fellows.
We're just a couple silly guys, just a few silly guys.
I usually do 1, maybe 2, on most of the movies that we covered. For Lifeforce, I had to stop myself at 10.
I feel like based on the chat, you were writing them as the movie went along. You're just like, wait, one more. I got one more.
Lifeforce.
I hadn't even seen the movie until that point, so I just kind of read along, and I'm like, I'll postpone my laughter for later.
Lifeforce for me was kind of that. It's kind of that joke they say about, oh, why not make the whole plane out of the black box? This whole movie is just synopses in brief. Like this whole any random 30 seconds out of Lifeforce is crazier than the craziest 30 seconds you will see in pretty much like any other movie you could like possibly watch.
Yes.
So, but as usually happens when I kind of get into these kind of creative streaks like that, my first one's still my favorite. Lifeforce, synopsis in brief. Batship crazy.
Batship
crazy.
Batship
crazy.
With a P.
With a P.
Batship crazy.
Who else has one?
All right, I'll go.
Sure.
Synopsis in brief. One naked female space vampire.
Oh, that's going to be tough to beat, Eric. That's a good one. I almost don't want to go next.
It's very easy to beat. Wait, what? Andy, what's yours?
That's a different one. Synopsis in brief. The real Lifeforce was the friends we desiccated along the way.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Synopsis brief. Come on, men. Stiff upper lip. Who has another one?
I got one. All right. Synopsis in brief. I have the power of lead.
Andy?
I want to know how he discovered that was the thing that was going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. It was great.
No, just Dracula.
This sword. Yeah, this throwaway character uses this sword to kill vampires at their core. Nice.
Yeah.
Andy, you got another one?
You know what? I stopped at 1.
No.
Yeah.
Eric, how many more of these do you have?
I don't know. I can say the ones that I said again if you want. 2 naked female vampires.
Let me speed run mine. Synopsis in brief. Pussy got me acting strange. Synopsis in brief. And then things really got wild when Snoop Dogg makes the scene. Synopsis in brief. This has happened before. Heard of Dracula? Here, take a sword. Synopsis in brief. Hi, Mr. Prime Minister. And then dead. Synopsis in brief. Where's Clayface? There's right?
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you. Synopsis brief. Is your attraction to her sexual? Nah, man, she just seems like a free spirit, you know, just out there living her life in the world. Synopsis brief. A birthmark. Is it noticeable? Nothing about fucking football. And they're like, anyway, forget that character. He's not in another second of this film.
Oh God. All I kept thinking, I'm like, what is that called again? Is it called like a Brandywine stain? It just
like what Gorbachev had.
Yeah. It's like I just saw his face. I'm like, don't know which one it is.
They could have been like, no, it's an inmate with a mole, and it just could have been a guy with a fucking mole, and would have not made any.
It was just a mole with a human attached to it.
All right. Last synopsis in brief. Man, bad allergies this season. I just sneezed up a blood lady.
That scene.
Yeah.
I know how they made it. I still appreciate it.
Yes. Lifeforce, written by Dan O'Bannon and Don Jacoby, based on Colin Wilson's novel The Space Vampires. Very quick Dan O'Bannon aside. This is a polydact, incredibly accomplished Hollywood creative. He directed a little film Eric and I covered on our spinoff show last October called Return of the Living Dead. Fun little kind of cult punk rock zombie movie. But he is more sort of known for some other projects. He wrote a little film called Total Recall. He wrote another little sci-fi film called Alien, original Alien. And he was one of the 2 head special effects guys on another little 70s independent sci-fi film called Star Wars A New Hope. This guy did the script for this movie. I'm not making any of this up.
Wow.
What do you do in your free time?
Prep.
Yeah, not
Prep.
bad.
Lifeforce stars Stephen Rousback, Peter Firth, and Frank Finlay, featuring French actress and dancer Mathilda May, and a small performance by Sir Patrick Stewart. Lifeforce was a high-budget gamble for Cannon Films that met with poor critical and commercial reception upon its release. Despite its failure to recoup its massive $25 million budget, the film has since gained a significant cult following for its bizarre confluence of genre and tone. The practical effects work of one Mr. John Dykstra, the other major special effects guy on Star Wars: A New Hope, and Mademoiselle Mathilda's famous, frequently unclothed performance as, quote, the space girl. A little bit of pedigree with this one. Lifeforce currently holds a 58% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, reflecting its status as a still somewhat polarizing cult film. 2 stars from Raj, which feels about right. He said the movie is a visual extravaganza, but also a mess. It's a film that doesn't know what it wants to be: a space epic, a horror movie, or a special effects showcase. The effects are often truly legitimately impressive, but the story itself is so disjointed that we never really find ourselves caring about the characters. However, some critics did praise the sheer audacity of the production, even at the time of release, with Variety noting that while the plot was convoluted, the film remained, quote, technically slick piece of genre filmmaking. Andy, let's get to general impressions. This was your pick for the cycle. Cannonized itself was your pick for like the next set of themes that we're going to do for the show. But I don't want to start with how you felt about Lifeforce right away. I want to zag a little bit.
Okay.
You texted the group chat last night. You and your lovely family went out for a night of cinema, and the movie that you picked to see, if you gave me 100 years to try to figure out a crazier weekend double bill to Lifeforce, I don't think I could do it. So before we kind of get into stuff, I want you to tell us a little bit, how was your experience seeing Project Hail Mary just a day or two after watching this thing?
I mean, they're pretty much the same movie, aren't they? I mean, what was the real difference?
Let's just stay on Project Hail Mary for a little bit. I saw 4 stars on your letterbox, which is just high praise for you. You had a good time with this one?
Yeah, actually, I thought it was great. I think Ryan Gosling was awesome in it. I think I can't picture that role having, being played by anybody else with the same success. I was completely enthralled throughout the entire movie. I don't feel like there was much, if any, fluff, or there weren't that many wasted moments in the movie. I think the effects were amazing. I mean, I think the acting performance that they got out of Rockman was really compelling, and he was funny, and he was cool, and he wasn't annoying. And
they did the thing we always talk about on the show is they did a great job with a really expensive, complicated puppet, and you just. This is Project Hail Mary is a film that asks the question: what if you went up to space and there was no dragons, no demons, no death, no disease? What if you just went out into space and you found a really good friend? That's kind of the movie.
He did. Found a great friend.
That's a rock fact.
Yeah.
That's a rock fact. That's right. So yeah, if for those that haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. For those that have seen it, watch it again.
Yeah,
thought it was great. Have you guys both seen it?
No.
I have. It was a strong 7 for me.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
It was optimistic. It was maybe a little too optimistic. I don't know. I usually can keep out of my head that I'm a cynical. Deep down, I'm a cynical, twisted, sick fuck. But I couldn't couldn't get higher than a 7 on it because I'm like, this is just really nice. I kind of wanted more weird shit to happen. I kind of want there to be like a naked alien vampire babe at some point.
I was wondering, I was going to say, was there a naked? You said they're like practically the same film, but you also didn't say if there was like a naked person in the entire film.
Well, the rock alien doesn't ever have clothes on, so
right.
Oh, that's gross.
Basically,
Gosling does hang a surprising amount of hog in one scene.
Out the whole time.
Yeah, he just waves it out the space window.
Don't let it break off.
Maybe I'm wondering now that you say that, though, having, I guess putting into the context of this double bill that I experienced, I wonder if I would have enjoyed it as much. But because I watched both movies in one weekend, maybe it just sort of felt
it let you sort of, maybe it kind of brought you back to equilibrium a little bit. Like
it was a well-rounded experience.
Like a long walk or a warm cup of chamomile tea.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So,
man, this brings me back, just like that good old chamomile.
Yeah.
Sleepy time, my only friend.
Just chilling with the rock man, hanging dong out the space window.
Does he have a mouth? Right. Can he drink chamomile tea? He's really missing out.
He has some type of an orifice, that's for sure.
Right.
Well,
he's married.
Yeah. He's married.
He has a wife named Adrian. That's how the humans pronounce it.
Yeah.
Andy, but so just all that astounding context out of the way, what did you think of Lifeforce?
So my dad asked me earlier today what we watched for the podcast this week, and I told him that we watched a movie called Lifeforce, and he said, "Oh, what was that movie about?"
Yeah.
And I really wasn't sure what to tell him in a way that wouldn't have made him just sort of his eyes glaze over, and because I don't know what this movie was about, and it was a train wreck. Nothing about it makes any kind of sense at all. The acting choices were completely bizarre. The pacing is frenzied. The effects are pretty weird. It was a good watch, but not necessarily a good movie.
Okay. More of a hang than a...
Yeah. And I would say, if I'm, I guess, bringing Andy's box lunch, trying to continue to make that a thing, 2 stars, I guess.
2 stars? Whoa.
You and Raj. He was out of 4, but, it's still...
Yeah, I mean...
Didn't have any super crack in it.
Yeah.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it. I laughed out loud on no fewer than 3 occasions, like real burst out laughing, guffaw laughing, at least 3 times. But it's not a good movie.
I see.
It's just not.
I feel like you're setting me up to be like, it's not a good movie.
It's a great movie. No, it was fun.
Movie.
It was fun. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't good.
You were, at the end of the day, grateful to watch a sweet-natured, optimistic, non-insane version of this like a day or 2 later, it sounds like.
Yeah, listen, I like watching movies. I'm just like, I'm happy. You put a movie on, I'm pretty happy. So there you have it.
There you have it. Let's go over to Papa, who is just who is ladies and gentlemen, this is an audio show. It's just giddy,
chomping at the bit,
giddy,
raring to go.
What are you talking about?
Right. He's just rolling in his back.
My turn.
He's ready. He's ready for something.
May I go, sir?
Yes. By all means. What did you think of Tobe Hooper's Lifeforce?
This movie sets the fucking bar in films. It really does. I'm not gonna say like this. This is not the last time I'm gonna say this, but it took me 45 years to see this film. I've seen so many awful movies in my lifetime, and why did it take me this long to see this movie? I haven't even heard about it up until like 2 weeks ago. Like most of these canon films, I didn't even know they had a Superman 4. Now I do. Now, will I see the other previous Superman films? Probably not. Will I watch the 4th one? Yes, please.
So little preview there. Nuclear fingernails.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nuclear fingernails.
Interesting.
Little taste.
Interesting.
Little taste.
Interesting. Right. I agree. I don't think it's a perfect film. It has a lot of weird choices, but I mean, come on. It's got space vampires. It's got a sword that comes out of nowhere with lore behind it, used for killing space vampires.
This isn't even the first time the British Empire has dealt with this bullshit.
Oh shit. The main characters, both colonels, by the way, and well deserved. Colonel Kane and Colonel Carlson. I appreciated them. I thought they were great together. One was manic,
apparently
one was more
both
restrained.
legendary British actors of like film and television.
I mean, and that's the thing I like. A lot of these actors, I'm like, I seem to recognize them. If you asked me, you know, have I seen them in anything else outside of like Patrick Stewart? Probably not.
Right.
I do love how Patrick Stewart, I guess this is like movie debut, like career debut or whatever.
He has credits going back to 1967. He played Gurney Halleck in the David Lynch Dune movie just a year prior.
Oh,
to this.
really? Okay.
He was doing other genre shit at this point.
Okay.
This is still a few years before Picard, but like, you know, he was out in the world.
I thought it was fantastic because I'm like, what's he going to bring to the film? And they're like, he's the guy that he's going to be possessed, that we're just going to stab multiple times with syringes.
Right.
So good, especially the finishing kill where they just like stabbed him like on both ends with like a syringe filled with whatever it was.
Plus, a man is going to make out with him while he is passed out and tied to a.
He does. Yeah. He does make out with a man. He also bleeds from the face profusely, and then uses it to finger paint the face of a woman.
Yeah.
The practical effects blew me away. I mean, seriously, like the people that had the zombies that had the life force sucked at them.
Right.
Holy shit. That like the beginning's a little slow, but that brought me back into the film. And I'm like, I got to pay attention to this.
I wonder if you clocked this as well. You know, again, Dan O'Bannon being involved with this project. I mean, there are multiple things they use almost whole cloth. They reuse almost whole cloth in Return of the Living Dead. Like the. I
was going to say, yeah, those effects right away. That scene in Return of the Living Dead where they have that like what is it? The zombie woman that
like the torso, and they actually figure out how to make
torso. She's speaking. You just feel so much sympathy for this thing that's just animatronics flopping around on a table. When they have the security guard and they had the life force sucked out of him, he's just like this zombie petrified thing on the table, and I'm like, that's it, it's a prop. Right. And then it opens its eyes and it comes to life, and I'm like,
its eyes, sits up, starts looking around the room.
It's interacting with the people,
making a very similar face to what Andy is making right at this moment.
Giant bug eyes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that from the cold intro to SNL this past weekend with Cash Patel? They
good
played
that up.
That was pretty good.
Back on the scene, by the way.
Aziz played that up the whole time.
We'll get more into like the character beats in a minute. I want to get my general impressions out of the way. That's similar to Eric. I was aware of this movie. I thought this is just some random, cheap, made-for-TV curio that's most interesting because, like, oh, there was a cute girl that was naked in it for like a lot of the movie, and it's an early Patrick Stewart role that some people can be fascinated by. I had no idea the pedigree of this film. I had no idea that the people who wrote it and worked on it, directed it, were at the level they actually were. I did not at any point hear this thing was as fucking crazy as it actually was.
Kudos to Tubi, by the way.
Sure.
Having the unedited version.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
anybody listening
on there,
there's an hour and a half cut available on Prime. That's the North American release. A lot of the nudity and violence is expurgated. Tubi provides the entire original like 2-hour cut in the film, including opening narration by John Larroquette of Night Court. The only thing he does in the movie.
You got to hear this weird thing about space vampires, and they're gonna get you.
This is a weird comp, but the thing the movie made me think of was Akira. This is going back like quite a ways. But I remember when we did that episode.
One of Andy's top picks, by the way.
Man, just love that movie.
Right. Again, kind of a piece. Akira. original 2,000-page ballpark sort of source material, like the very famous phone book manga of the original thing.
6 big books.
Yeah. This film is, I think, a product of just in the 80s. This is what you could get made. You could do an hour and a half, 2-hour sci-fi epic. You could get money for it, like a lot of people for it. But the infrastructure of like, oh, this is going to be a 10, 15, 20 episode miniseries like that we have now with The Expanse, Alien, Earth, the 3-body problem. Just, you know, that kind of programming didn't exist at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a not unreasonable chance if this thing was interpreted as like a 10 episode miniseries, there's a shot, not 100%, but there's a shot it might actually be pretty fucking good. And it's like, I don't know about that.
Maybe.
Hey, buddy.
Sure.
Yeah.
You have to take it in smaller doses.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many different like twists and turns and genre bends and all that. You're right. If you were to stretch it out longer and give each of those portions, you know, a few episodes,
it would have a chance. Like the Irish Spring commercial should have been like one episode or like half of one episode.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they went from that to basically like zombie apocalypse in London, that's a long walk. That's a really long walk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
but I rated this movie half a star higher than Project Hail Mary, and at the end of the day, I have to be kind of true to myself.
Hey,
so, yeah.
You do you, boo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hooper jumps from. Well, let's kind of like hit that like in the talking points in a bit more detail. So I've made my point, but for the two of you, Hooper, the director, jumps from space adventure to gothic romance to zombie outbreak in just under 2 hours, hour and a half in North America. Does this make Lifeforce a visionary work, or is it just a movie with an identity crisis? Andy, how about you kick us off there?
I think it depends on, you know, who you ask, because I think Hooper really thought he was doing something, man. He had a vision and he was going for it. I don't know that anyone else really knew what that something was. But they were like, yeah, go for it, man. Here's $25 million. Make that thing.
Again, they had a script from Dan O'Bannon, who wrote the best science fiction movie, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up there at least.
I mean, Tobe Hooper too. He also directed Chainsaw Massacre 1, 2, Poltergeist.
Yeah.
A bunch of horror flicks. He also did that Tales from the Crypt episode with Whoopi Goldberg and John Rhys Davies. They're searching for a black pearl in Africa and some guy named Indy. Indy. Also, a fun fact, I found this out, but I guess John Rhys Davies was accidentally listed as being in this film at one point due to a PR snafu.
The bigger mistake
I don't know how I found that one, but I was like,
that he should have been. Like the fact that he's not is weird.
Yeah. But when you see, I'm just forewarning for Andy, when you see Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and you see how fucking batshit that is, this movie puts this movie into perspective. That's the kind of guy you're dealing with here. These are the big like passion projects that he's the only one that can see it.
Yeah.
And then he just tries to make it into film, and everybody else is just like, this is something beyond me.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, good for him, man. Like, respect for having a vision and going for it, regardless of whether anybody else kind of gets it or not. Like, there's something to be said for that. Live your truth, live your dream, go for it.
Right.
That being said, that, you know, this movie, I mean, it has such like an unearned confidence about it that I kind of envy anybody that can just be like, fuck it, I'm going for it. I'm doing everything in my brain.
My truth out into the world.
Yeah.
That's why I put in my notes. I'm like, you get something, it's weird, it's sexy, it's complicated. There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah. Yep.
What's insane to me, and maybe this says more about my life than anything else, but this was not even the craziest movie I watched in April. Eric and I, on our spinoff Cunning of the Goose, covered this joint Hong Kong Thai production film called The Boxer's Omen that features multiple Thai wizard battles, And this thing is actually crazier, bloodier, weirder, more sexy, and more violent than Lifeforce is.
What's it called?
The Boxer's Omen.
Boxer's Omen.
It's Shaw Brothers.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
Same as the guys that did Inframan. This is their wizard battle movie. This is their Thailand wizard battle movie, where at one point some of the Thai wizards preparing for battle conduct a ritual known as the corpsedile, where they kill a crocodile, hollow it out, so the cadaver of a naked woman into the crocodile, and she's reincarnated as an evil witch who has the magic power to throw crocodiles at people. This is a good 4 minutes of a 2.5 hour film.
Huh.
It's disgusting, by the way. I don't think you would last very long.
You know what? I'm looking at pictures on Google Image, and I agree with you.
They have to de-organ the crocodile before they put the mummy bride inside it, and they start pulling out organs. I swear they pull out a set of human lungs.
That was cheaper at the time in Thailand than just actually buying a whole bunch of lo mein.
Can I get a cooler filled with like leftover animal parts? Thank you. I have to say though, for vampire movies, I mean, think about how many throwaway vampire movies there are.
Sure.
You take something like this, space vampires, which nobody else has done before, and they're like, hey, let's just create this whole mythos where it's like, what if vampires actually originated from space? They were actually an alien race in a, 15-mile long cock-shaped spaceship?
Yep.
Going around sucking out the life of...
riding the tail of Halley's Comet. That's why we haven't seen it since Dracula times.
That was Tobe Hooper, by the way, threw in that. He wanted to make it Halley's Comet. I don't
because
know
that
why.
was like a current event at the time. Like,
right.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
This movie rules so much.
But how great is that when you can take something that's never been done before and you're like, I'm going to make the rules for this. And nobody can say otherwise because it's never been done before. So you're like, okay, I'm going to have it where there's this naked vampire chick and she can jump from body to body and travel anywhere she wants while her original body remains one place. And then if you kill off the new host or she decides to leave the new host, she just floats back to her original body.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
why not?
So just imagine the pitch Eric did, but interrupted by like 5 or 6 key bumps as he's explaining it. That's probably what the original,
I wrote this movie after Crack House. All uphill from there.
Crack House and a nice cup of chamomile tea.
He's got crack. He's got crack. It's super crack.
Railsback depicts Colonel Carson as a traumatized maniac. One American role in the film, while the British actors like Firth, Finlay, and Stewart, again, has to be emphasized, these guys were, even Stewart at the time was a big deal. Firth and Finlay were apparently just major guys like on that scene. They all play their roles relatively straight. Do the contrasting performances work in the film's favor, or is it just another odd and disjointed element of the film?
I gotta say, I don't know who Steve Railsback is. I love this guy, and he made the movie for me. He is so on edge the entire time. And the best part, right, is he starts out at the beginning. He's very like calm. He's intense, overly intense. He doesn't even have to be like that. Like
he's
in
a
the
little
moment,
bit like an American dummy. I mean, like they find the bat, like the desiccated bat, man bat corpse. He immediately breaks a thumb off. He's like, oh, look at that.
It's like, oh God, okay. Hopefully they're dead. But yeah, he's just so unpredictable.
Right.
And I think about it too as he's going along. Like at one point he's just his mind breaks. It completely breaks from reality. And it's great because they have Kane, and Kane sits there. He's like, Carlson's like, look, I'm going to do some stuff that doesn't make sense, but it's going to get a little intense. I'm not sure what you want to do here. And he's like, it's cool. I'm fine being a voyeur for this. And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, that whole scene where he's interrogating the nurse.
He's right there for it.
I can tell she's a masochist. That's a whole separate 10-episode like TV series. Like that.
He's like, I don't care what you did to like that French space vampire. He's like, this Irish one. He's like, love redheads. Let's do this.
Let's do this thing.
There's not enough freckles out in the world. Andy, how about yourself? Railback against the British guys in general?
I mean, his performance is so weird that it loops back around to being like oddly compelling and fascinating and just really interesting to watch. Like, it's just such a he makes so many weird choices. It's the only word I can come up with.
By this woman, he is just overwhelmed by like that. They just she is in his skin, his soul, his veins.
The fact that he's even functional is still a mystery.
Yeah,
but if he had played it safe, though, like if he had made maybe the more obvious choices, he would have stood out like a sore thumb in this movie. Yeah. Like even the other actors that like did sort of, in big air quotes, play it safe, play it straight. Even they were like off the rocker, bizarre.
In any other movie, they would be the craziest, most over the top one. But like the British actors watching Railsback, they're just kind of like, yeah, fuck man, we're gonna stand back a little bit. You do your thing.
This guy's cooking.
Yeah. I just want to say, man, like sex makes guys pretty stupid, but to be the first guy to fuck a space vampire. That I don't know.
Okay, this is probably not a comparison that's been made before, but there's a little bit of a common through line between this movie and Risky Business.
Okay,
I still haven't watched that.
It's really, really good. Listen to the episode too.
Are you saying they have space trains?
It's because Rebecca De Mornay at the start of that movie, just Tom Cruise is like, he's got his work, he's got his mission, he's like, got to get in college, got to stay focused. She shows up and in this fucking diaphanous dress, and like all of a sudden, like all the wind kind of blows through like their giant Chicago house, and they're banging on the stairwell and everything else, and he is haunted. He is possessed and disturbed and out of his goddamn mind for basically this vampire, this blonde, blue-eyed vampire movie for like the rest of the woman. It breaks him ultimately.
Imagine that. I thought the ending wasn't going to end, by the way it did for this film, because the ending of Risky Business is how you want to end this type of film.
Yeah.
Space vampire gets away, and then the guy spends the rest of his life saying, "Did that ever actually happen or not?"
Sure.
And this one, he's just like, "I'm going to try to kill us so we can stay together forever. Because I can't have you. Nobody can have you."
Right.
And then she's like, "Come back with me to my home planet." And he's like, "Sweet.
Let's go."
Yeah.
Pussy got me acting strange. Let's pivot to the Mademoiselle. Space Girl is nude for almost the entire movie. Yep. Now, is this canon film pandering to the? I mean, I wrote down teen male audience, but it's just.
I mean, the dudes were naked too in this film.
Sure.
I didn't realize, but I guess based on censoring standards, you couldn't show naked men in film in the mid '80s, but you could show naked women. So I think that's kind of where the director was thinking. You're
saying some gender dynamics in the '80s were problematic.
He's just like, I want to do all three, but they're forcing my hand on this. So let's just kind of go in with her. And then if things change in the middle of filming, we can just take the socks off their weens.
They were probably just using blood bags. Yeah.
All
right. Oh, so is this canon just trying to be lewd and just kind of give you just kind of give like the guys something to all go when they come in theaters, or Tobe Hooper was trying to make some kind of bigger point, some kind of highbrow statement with this? Let's start with Andy on this one.
So I think it's total audacity. The nudity is sort of like the hook. It's like, oh, let's bring all these, horny teens into the movies to, because they think they're going to be getting some kind of like really naughty, erotic sex romp.
85. This would have broken my brain.
Yes.
By the way, they only kissed in this film, and I feel like that was cheap. They could have gone.
They were saving it for the sequel. But here's the thing,
blood bagging.
Tug Bay.
Here's the thing, though. Hooper chose
Lifeforce 2 Electric Thugaloo. Sorry, go on, Andy.
I'm glad you shoehorned that one in.
Yay. We're having a good time.
Synopsis in brief. Let's go back.
Vito fixed it in post.
So Hooper chose to not make her overly sexual in the movie. Like he kind of.
That's what he said.
Well, but listen. So
he
kind of shot her with this like kind of cold, like grandeur almost. Like like
she's more of a statue than a living, breathing.
Yeah. So it almost makes her nudity almost like maybe more unsettling than erotic.
Oh, I was totally turned on.
Well, I know you were.
He's
Eric.
like, you could never have this, and I'm like, if I was a colonel, I mean, who knows?
I will admit, when I found out that she was 18 when she filmed this movie, that made me feel really weird.
Does it make you feel weirder that she's French and couldn't speak English?
Right.
What the part that I think is the weirdest is that
you thought she was doing King Lear. Damn.
Well, when she first gets on,
what you were attempting to do, but I'm just saying, like,
when she first auditioned for it, she thought she had to like basically stop the audition. She ran out and called her agent because she thought that maybe she was on the set of a porn, and then he had to be like, no, this is like a legit movie that they're making. And so he talked her into doing all the things that she did, and then it ended up being Lifeforce. That's the punchline. Like, he was like, no, this is a serious movie, and that serious movie was this movie.
In Vigo's Tills, we'll get to the movie she did after this one.
I was gonna say, she's like, so what do you need me to do in this film? They're like, okay, so we're gonna give you your lines phonetically so you can read them. You don't need to know what they mean. She's like, okay, I can work with that. They're like, oh, okay. Also, by the way, you have to stay nude for like 95% of the film. Okay, yeah, okay. Also, we're gonna have somebody professionally wax you every day and trim your pubes to make sure that they don't peek out above your panties.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I can work with. How much are you paying? I can work with that.
Count me in.
Oui.
This is 85. She was being paid in francs at that point.
Probably.
Yeah. The thing I kind of kept, I've kind of kept coming back to, Eric. I don't want to kind of contravene like kind of too much what you said, but I remember like my parents we would watch like this. Dad once brought home these tapes of like these Buck Rogers serial TV shows from like the early 70s.
Yeah,
they had space vampires there. They had space vampire stuff kind of going back like the 50s. I did like a little bit of digging around because I have a very specific memory. You guys both remember 1995 Species. Natasha Henstridge coming up. The concept of it is a beautiful, genetically perfect woman comes down to Earth to mate and then to kill the men she just mated with. And I have this weird memory reading about that as a teenager thinking, man, that's never been done before. The 90s are so edgy, that fucking rules. There's never been an idea. There's never been an idea that mankind has had about a story of a very beautiful woman who wants to fuck and then kill you. You do any research about this archetype actually exists as long as we have had stories. There's been some form of this.
Black Widow, right?
It's
kills and eats the male.
It's the siren, it's the Medusa, it's the Lamia, it's the succubus, it's the Wicked Witch. That concept and kind of what's compelling about that concept, and also the lesson, the message underlying that concept has basically existed for forever, as long as we've been like telling stories. I think for like a lot of different reasons, and again, it's a weird connection, but tracing this back to Risky Business, these characters out of mythology can exist for like a lot of different reasons, but I think kind of one of them is as a message to people: don't let sexual desire blind you to evil. Don't let it distract you. And
the through line is women are evil and they want to steal your life force.
I think versions of this that exist, it's because so back in the day we had our mythology, medieval time, we have fairy tales. for a lot of kind of 20th century cinema, we had sci-fi films were kind of the modern version of that mythology. Now it's mostly kind of superhero shit. But the version of this is in kind of like a lot of kind of modern cinema, like a woman in a transparent gown who's heavily black, kind of black, like sort of backlit and speaking in like just come with me, my love, and it's a vampire thing or a succubus thing or kind of whatever.
Yeah,
I think Tobe Hooper was just for like, yeah, like let's dispense with all the bullshit. Let's find a genetically perfect, impossibly beautiful woman. We'll kind of get into her backstory in the Big Bigos, but Mathilda was voted the #1 dancer in France, which is like a couple years sort of prior.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You want to kind of like to take take an angle where you want to depict this is the most sort of perfect and desirable woman you can possibly imagine. Picking the contemporary best dancer in Paris. I mean, that's certainly kind of one way to go about it, right?
I think you're saying that there's a missed opportunity here where there should have been a dance sequence in the middle. And they're like, no, you can't put clothes on for this. Sorry.
It's the one thing they didn't have time for.
Yeah. She's like, a lot of splits involved here on a cold floor.
Let me call Monsieur Manager.
Sir, what are you doing? Why are you putting grease on the floor? Baby, we're gonna get down.
We'll pay you 20 more francs for this one. And a nice cup of cameo after. This is where we probably have the producer check in. Naveen, you can kind of slot your opinion about this movie in here. Naveen's a sick fuck. He probably had a great time with this.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing that.
I think he's still taking his time with this one.
Yeah. Naveen, I think out of the four of us was the only one that watched the Amazon cut. And then we texted like, there's a 30-minute longer thing that's all just sort of kind of blood and sex stuff. And his response to that was like, oh, cool, I get to watch that again.
I thought that was Andy at first, and I had to double check. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
No, I watched the right one the first time.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe if you watched the other one, it would have changed your opinion. You'd also have to watch another half hour of the film. So
right.
Yeah,
it's up to you.
Yeah.
No, he had to take his family to Project Hail Mary and sort of be non-insane for like an evening.
Watch Silly Rock Monster.
Silly Rock.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so this is kind of unusual for the structure. I don't quite think we've ever done a show exactly like this where we have a segment in the middle of the show that was recorded as a full conversation between two of the people who work on the show, inserted into the middle of the show after the show actually has already been finished and cut. So I'm kind of excited about this one.
Yeah, this will be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Although I think we did one. Yeah, I think we did something like this with the Superman one. It was the three of us, no Eric. And then
right. But I think with that one, it was the initial episode. It was the conversation between you, myself, and Andy.
Right.
And then we put the separate conversation that I had with Eric right at the end of the show. So that conversation with Eric had been recorded prior to the three of us, but it wasn't spliced right into the middle of the conversation that the three of us had.
Right. No, it wasn't.
So this is truly, this is kind of exciting, man. This kind of sort of pretentious meta bullshit is exactly like just, this is why I put what I play for, at least. But, yeah.
Nice.
So let's start with just something that really made me smile. I texted you the day after we recorded, and I said, you had to misrecord, absolute last minute, completely understandable. I texted you and I said, man, kind of wish you had been there. Andy didn't have a great time with this movie. It was kind of a 2 against 1. And your immediate response was, if it had been with me, it would have been 3 against 1 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lifeforce. Tell me about Lifeforce, buddy.
I'm with you and Eric. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Yes, I mean I agree with Andy as well, and I mean Eric said it too.
And to clarify, you've listened to the entire thing. You're already in edit for like the long form episode. So you've heard the whole conversation at this point. You have the
I have. Yes,
picture.
I've heard everything, and you know Eric said it, Andy said it as well, and you said it at the beginning. I think with your either with your canon history or with the Lifeforce history. I think it was with Canon Films history, but it was, we've said it before with B movies. It's just so bad. It's good. We did it with our rankings of one of our episodes where we did 1990 movie rankings, and that was a category. And this is just one of those. This is just so bad. It's good. It's funny. I loved it. I mean, it made no sense as they kept talking about vampires, and all I could see was zombies running around. I'm like,
this is not good for an audio podcast, but my expression the entire time watching this movie was like,
jaw dropped, just wide open. I mean, aside, yes, naked beautiful woman was great, but it was just so bizarre and whacked out. Aside from that, and just enjoyed it.
Right.
The acting, you guys talked about the acting. One of the questions was the over the top of Railsburg, I believe.
The American is losing his mind the entire time, and the Brits are kind of like, they're not playing it completely cool, but it's a different thing, right?
Yeah, it's definitely different. But the thing I could think of was just the movie Airplane. And there's that one scene, I don't know if it was Airplane 1 or 2, but the person, I think it's the wife or a mother going crazy, and then people just take turns slapping her into...
Right. And there's an entire line sort of going down the aisle of just slapping her and get a hold of yourself.
Right. And that's just, it just reminded me of that as he's going off the rails. Like somebody just needed to slap him and be like, get a hold of yourself.
Right. It's interesting to think about. I don't think this is explicitly like a point that I brought up on the record, but this is a kind of like a touchstone of like kind of really sexy vampire stuff, and Lifeforce had an element of this. When we cover David Eggers, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu in a few months, like the entire movie is basically this, but there's the from the original kind of Dracula kind of novel and movies, there's the Mina Harkness element of like she's already bitten by the vampire once and she's freaking out, but her whole freak out is like, he's going to come to my bed and fuck me tonight. It's going to be the most terrifying thing I could ever imagine. Right? And it's kind of with Steve Railsback character, it's kind of that exact thing in reverse.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
It's like, don't let me let this happen to me.
Yeah.
And then she kind of comes rolling in like in a giant bat costume, and I'm like, it's as well as I think like that kind of scene's ever been done. You know.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I was thinking about, the sort of like big question first. So what's the we kind of got like the three sections in the movie. We got like the outer space shit in the beginning. We kind of got like the, I don't even know what you call it. It's kind of a Victorian romance and kind of a British kind of farcical sort of thing in the middle, and then it's completely just a zombie movie at the end. Did you have like a favorite of those three?
A favorite of those three?
Yeah.
While watching it, I don't think I was in the process of what was the best. It was more like,
right.
They keep talking, like I think I said it earlier. They keep talking about vampires, but I'm watching it. It's like this is more zombies. So, is it really a vampire thing, or they're just saying vampires just to be different? You know. So, I don't know. I truly enjoyed. You guys talked about as well the special effects. So the guard that was on the gurney, and they're about to dissect him, and he pops alive. It was pretty awesome when that woman in the park, they found her, and then she did the same thing and blew into dust. So those I guess.
I said this on the episode itself, but the whole time you're watching the guy in the gurney, it's the best amusement park ride effect where you're just like, no way that guy is going to come to life, and no way he's going to sit up, and especially no way he's going to turn his head and fucking look at me.
Right. Yeah. So I guess I would have to say the zombie part was the more fun and interesting part.
Right.
that I enjoyed more. Just
that was like built up, and that was just like how it got just completely bananas towards the end.
Right. Yeah. And even I believe you mentioned this movie reminded you a little bit of Akira and Risky Business, but I kind of found it to be similar to Weapons, where you had this one person just feeding off the life of others to live and be young and do what you want to do. But then there's the other side of it, where at the end of Weapons, it just got batshit crazy and just bonkers. So I kind of felt that way when they started driving into London. I believe it was London, right? And they're driving, and the two colonels are driving through, and the zombies are like flying all over the place. He's ripping the arm off.
It's a movie that starts at what you think is a 10, and by the end of the film, you're like, yeah, that was a 6.8. Like Max, like this is the fucking 10 that's happening right now. Is like this make a couple of that's the scene. The one British guy comes back to the lab, and his superior officer's there. And he's like, yeah, actually, this shit's happened before. Have you heard of Dracula? Anyway, here, take a sword. I figured the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, I just thought it got so funny. And that's why it reminded me of Weapons a little bit at the end when they were driving through the zombies and they're going over the cars. He rips the arm off and he looks at it and his fingers are still wiggling and they just throws him back. But he just stares at it for a while, then throws. It's like, oh, maybe I should get rid of this. The zombie part, yes, would probably be my favorite. Now thinking about it a little bit more.
Talk like because I could honestly do another Lifeforce episode. Just kind of like just kind of give them the opportunity because there was just so much there. Could I talk like a little film history at you? And there's a comp to this movie that I think is appropriate for us as teenagers. I have like another thing in addition to Weapons I wanted to ask you about, but let me just kind of throw this at you real quick. So I've been reading like a lot about sort of sci-fi film history, right? Last couple of days since we watched this thing. There was a style that we both, anybody our age will remember from our childhood, that kind of sci-fi movies from the 60s and the 70s that's referred to as the plastic and polyester era of science fiction film. So these are movies like Black Hole and Logan's Run and like the Incredible Voyage, where it just everything is very kind of brightly colored. Everyone is kind of just wearing kind of like a sort of like a uniform. It's everything is very kind of scrubbed and pristine. A lot of the set decoration is computer banks that sort of look like if you'll remember Light Bright from like the 80s. And like a lot of like the effect stuff, it's like it'll be like a ship or a bunch of astronauts kind of coming into like it's superimposed over like a big matte painting. And that was just when film became colorized, that was like that was considered kind of like that was the sci-fi house style that American film kind of produced for about 2 decades or so. So can you kind of like picture that, like as I'm describing, like kind of like those kind of films, or at least that sort of look?
Yep.
Okay. Now, something happened in the late 70s, pretty much overnight, that basically this one movie dropped, and everybody at the same time went, okay, that old way of doing shit is just lame. It's fucking lame. Like movies were made like it after this one movie dropped, but it was basically kind of overnight. Now this is just what science fiction looks like right now. Can you guess what that movie is? This is late 70s.
My guess would be that revolutionized would be A New Hope.
Fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
Here's what Star Wars did fundamentally different. Lucas was like, I want this sci-fi film that everything in the ship looks dry cleaned. Everything in the ship looks like it's been like power washed. He's like, no, Lucas is one of the million genius things he did with New Hope was, I want this to look more like a Western. I want everything to be kind of dusty, kind of broken down. It's not like a whole professional trained crew. It's a scoundrel and his giant hairy bear dog buddy. It's just kind of like the two of them. They don't have the time to fucking mop for like anything like that. And that overnight became the house style. For me, watching this movie in the first few minutes, it looks so much like one of those old school 60s or 70s sci-fi things where it's just like you got like the ship coming in, it's very kind of slow and ponderous, and all the astronauts are, it's like it's kind of set decorated the same, and all the astronauts are wearing kind of like they're very kind of clean, pristine suits, right? So you kind of think it's going to be one thing like the first 5 minutes, and then they get into the ship, and it's a fucking just like desiccated sort of bat person corpse just kind of like floating there that the American immediately breaks his finger off, and then they go a bit further into the ship, and they find a tunnel that looks like a giant butthole, and they go in a bit further in the ship after that, and they find like 3 naked people like floating in cocoons.
Yep.
All right. So the comp, I'm thinking there, like the way that Lifeforce sort of like lures you into thinking it's something in the first few minutes. I wanted to ask, I'm 90% sure you were sitting right next to me when we saw this, but like back in high school, I'm pretty sure we went to see Event Horizon together. Any memory of this?
Did we?
Yeah. Or if it's just or Event Horizon, people went in like 2 groups, and I was either in like the first group or the second group.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't recall seeing it in the theaters. I think I only recall watching it on TV at home or something, but maybe I did.
Right.
Yeah, just so many things are blur.
Of course, this fairness is like 3 decades ago.
Okay, but yeah, I'm familiar with.
But how's your memory generally on the experience kind of seeing like Event Horizon?
That was probably one of the scariest sci-fi movies I saw at the time. I think just the way it evolved as it kept going on.
Right. But it's a similar kind of thing, right? In like the first few minutes, you feel like you're seeing something very typical, very standard. Just thinking, it's a little bit like Aliens, it's a little bit like Star Trek or whatever else. It's a little bit like a million other things we've seen like that. And then the whole thing after about 10, 20 minutes or so just goes completely fucking batshit.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah. So winding down, it's Lifeforce. Is this a recommendation for everybody, or is this just one for like the sickos? Like what would you tell like our friends who are not on the pod about this one?
Oh, geez, our friends on the that are not on the pod,
right?
Well, I mean, for them, it'd be a recommendation. Be like, man, you got to see this.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling. Probably maybe 30% or so probably like, no, that was just awful.
Yeah.
Why'd you make me watch that? And some of them would be like, that was hilarious.
Yeah. That was the greatest thing ever.
So it's a hit or miss movie. I couldn't tell you.
Right.
It's definitely one of those B movie things that can hit or not hit, and it's up to you. Yes, this canon cycle, I think it did set the bar high.
Right.
And especially since Invasion USA was in my opinion.
It's same. I mean, it was close to kind of what I wanted for these, but there was a lot of motherfuckers probably took this movie seriously back in the day.
Right.
Invasion USA.
Right. And then this one is just like, it's gonna be a great cycle.
Yeah. Should we the final parting question, I was thinking about this, should we do everything in the cycle as a group watch instead of everybody kind of going in individually?
It's a good question. I mean, we did the B movies all as a
the B movies, like very similar thing. Yeah.
Right. We did that and it very well could be another one of those situations where it's better, would possibly be better in a group watching it as you would a B movie. You can just riff on it or whatever and talk about it, as opposed to watching it on your own.
Everybody's setting aside a actual night away from their family, away from like whatever else it is that they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Canon Films really has that. They just dominated the B movies, I guess you could say, at the time, at least. So, I mean, it could be good, but I mean, Lifeforce, 3 out of 4 really liked it watching on our own.
Right.
So it could be one of those things. I remember as a kid growing up watching up Cobra, and I think Over the Top we mentioned was both Canon Films.
I haven't seen any of those movies personally.
And they were great movies. I enjoyed them as a kid. I'm curious how they hold up now.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. But so yeah,
he cups up his pizza with scissors. I mean, like it can't be.
Right. I don't remember that scene, so I really want to watch that. But well, let's see. We can answer that question, I think, more definitively after this one, because I believe the Ninja.
So we're
live watch.
So we have confirmed Ninja 3 in like a week or so, and maybe that's a conversation to have then.
Right, and that's a confirmed live watch, though, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
And then we can figure out the.
So after that, we got Texas Chainsaw 2, and then after that we have kind of the survey choice. After that, we have the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe.
Right.
So it's just like field is kind of wide open at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on that note, please do submit your survey if you have the app for Spotify and an account. You have to have both those things, but I believe now it's
we were unaware, like there was kind of a double restriction on Spotify between like the account and the mobile app. So I think the decision at this point, we're going to put a secondary survey up on YouTube again. Just for our show, it's really ideal for us, for anybody that does listen on a regular basis. If you have like a Spotify account, we certainly it's a big benefit for us to have as much of our audience listen there as we can. But sort of either way, we in any kind of case, we certainly appreciate like the ears and the time.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, but also again, just reiterating the double factor for the survey. If you have a Spotify account and the app, you can vote, but YouTube, be on the lookout for the YouTube survey as well.
1,000 coming soon. Right. Yeah. Cool. Appreciate the check-in, buddy. We'll talk in a little bit.
Oh, before we go though, I had to do it. It's probably I'm probably the only one that's going to think it's funny, but that's the only thing I think of every time. Synopsis in brief.
Sweet.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, B, A. Every time I just saw the name, I could only think of the game.
Right. God, I did 10 synopses in brief on the main record. I don't deserve to do an 11th one, but synopsis in brief, it's just for you, buddy. She walks right out the door. Walks right out the door. Yeah. Talk to you in a little bit.
Take it easy, man.
Let's go on to Vigo's Toes. We've covered a lot of ground, but any other trivia or kind of fun facts about this movie?
Yeah, man. I had to look up who did the practical effects for this one. A lot of really cool stuff. I found out it was by a company called Apogee Inc. Okay. They got into practical effects, starting out with they worked on the pilot for Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay.
Back in like the late 70s. They worked on that show. They also did the special effects for Star Trek, the motion picture, Spaceballs, Ghostbusters 2. Think about the Lifeforce, right? It made me think immediately of like the ghosts and like the energy from the ghosts in the city and stuff like that. Those like blue streaks or whatever.
Right.
But I guess the founder for Apogee Inc. also went on to independently start doing practical effects for films, and he did the first 2 Spider-Man movies.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah.
These are the Raimi movies like 15, 20 years later.
Yeah. Which
I mean,
hold up.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They look great.
That really fits.
Right. The remarkable thing about especially the first Raimi film is it just looks good, because that was we didn't really get a Spider-Man movie till like 2001, because just prior to that they had no kind of fucking way to do it, basically.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. Andy, how about yourself? Like any final trivia?
So I guess the mummified corpse props that they used in the movie had a kind of a secondary life. Those dummies were then later used in 1999 on the film The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
No,
so they literally just pulled them out of this movie, put them in that movie. And then Eric already
14 years they survived, and they still
It's incredible.
Oh, sure.
And Eric already kind of mentioned this one in passing, sounded like kind of a joke, but apparently, according to the Blu-ray documentary, the alien spaceship was actually meant to be designed to look like a giant penis.
Right.
Like that was
immediately that's what I thought of.
Same.
I'm like, she's a nude space vampire. What did they fly? What do they? Oh, actually, no. What do they travel in? Right. I mean, and then when you see what the actual ship looks like, I don't know. It's like a reverse penis. It's not like spitting anything out, sucking it up. So then made me think of like Dune sand monster or sandworm.
You're not allowed to reference Dune until you see the second one.
Because that's what they do. They just suck stuff up, right?
Sure.
Like male life force. Well, maybe if you're referring to like the popcorn bucket, it sucks up male life force.
And then out comes Christopher Walken in the robe. Oh, Madib has these giant sandworms.
I need more cowbell. What can I say? I need more worm bell.
Jimmy Jump, crazy guy. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, I got another fun fact. Billy Idol was supposed to be one of the lead vampires.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And when they told him what they pay him,
how could this movie
started
rule
the movie,
any harder?
He said, not enough. I need more.
More. This is not of Ego's Toes, but I think this is hilarious. You want to talk about a director who, like I had said, he was trying to do something. He really had a vision for this movie. See, so on the commentary track, Hooper explained, quote, the movie, it's about relationships. It's about the relationship between men and women and how that can turn, how there can be a dominance in a relationship that can flip-flop back and forth. He and the moderator agreed the film is about men dealing with, quote, the feminine inside themselves.
What? I thought he was going to end saying like that cheating bitch.
No, he was dead serious.
Okay.
Dead serious about that.
He takes a sip of his tea. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, he was sniffing his own farts for sure.
Uh-huh. Well, let me end on like a little about the Mademoiselle. As if this film was not stressful enough for Andy. Let's kind of call back to Old Boy real quick.
I mean, I think he owns the film, by the way, because he did watch the commentary.
Right. My brother, I texted him about this. He's like, yeah, like I saw it with my friend Ruba a few years back. He owns an original laser disc
of Lifeforce.
Yes. Sick as hell. Right.
Wow. That's a friend I need.
Yeah. May was trained as a dancer in early life. In 1981, she won the first prize at the Paris Dance Conservatory, basically kind of making her like acknowledged as the premier contemporary dancer in France. At the time, she was only 16 years old. After doing Lifeforce, May played the romantic lead in a controversial musical, Three Seats for the 26. This was released in 1988. In the film, an aging actor falls in love with Marianne de Lambert, played by May, the daughter of his former lover. He is relatively unfazed when he learns that his new love interest is his own illegitimate daughter. I went on the French Wikipedia page. I read the full musical plot summary. The guy at the end of this thing ends up with the mom and daughter both.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like it.
You don't
At least she got to wear clothes.
Yes. Well.
No, for she got clothes 95%, but then 5% no clothes.
Yeah.
So it's reversed.
Yeah. Oof. Think about the Koreans, man. They're not the French. That definitively. Closing thoughts.
If this is indicative at all of what we have coming in the future,
I'm proud of you, Andy.
I can't wait.
So much progress.
Yes.
There's so much weird shit coming, guys. Just buckle in.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate all of these, and I'm gonna tune in to.
I strongly feel so. Next week is going to be Ninja 3: The Domination. To the best of my memory, watching with my brother, I think it's crazy, but I don't think it's going to be. It's not Lifeforce. I think it's going to be much more crazy in a fun hanging out with the guys kind of way. Like this is not going to be. And I can't speak for what Texas Chainsaw 2 is going to be like, because it's probably just going to lose everybody like all over again. But
It's definitely going to lose Andy, but I think it's going to be a fun record.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
We'll turn
I might find my next favorite movie.
I don't think so. Even I'm bothered by the movie, but I feel like it deserves another watching.
Well, let's just get this out of the way. None of these films are going to be Chinatown.
Yeah, that's fair.
None of these films are going to be, oh, wow, that was very seriously well made and important.
Yeah, really
Ninja Warrior 3 is not going to be Surf Ninjas. Sorry, man.
So let's wind it down there. Episode 92 of Lifeforce. Producer Naveen will kind of come in and post and kind of give his impressions as well. I had a great time with it, and I certainly had a great time talking with you guys. Reminder, like, comment, subscribe, and please, if you get the chance, if you do have a Spotify account, we would love if you help us out, fill out the survey there, but we'll try to get that up as well for other users on YouTube in like the next week or so. So, gentlemen, pleasure as always.
Also, thanks to our sponsor for this episode.
Thanks, NASA.
Right.
You really knocked it out of the park.
You really you got to start reading copy ahead of time, my dude.
I mean, look.
What?
If you weren't already thinking about having sex with aliens, I think now's a good time to reassess your life and say, you know, maybe this was something I was missing. Maybe this will complete me.
Yeah.
Rebels Without a Pod. Talk to everybody soon.
See ya.